Yo, it's Oko. And we were doing something kind of different today. Netflix flew out a bunch of creators to go check out the first episode of Avatar, the live action, right? Avatar Last Airbender live action, right? And a lot of those creators did did reviews of them, right? Spoiler free. So we're gonna check those out, give our opinions, see if like anything changed, is there any like thing to worry about with the writing and so on. So far, I've only heard positive things. There's some small like nitpicks from a lot of the creators I've heard on Twitter, but for the most part, it's pretty chill. But before that, right, I want to check out this article that I saw, which addresses Sokka's sexism. That is the wrong thing, bro. Don't worry about that. That was first name. Anyway, so again, I talked about the sexism before in the last video about like how sexism. The arc that the Sokka goes through. Sorry, this is so hard doing this one and done takes, man. I don't know how these YouTubers do it, but Sokka went through a character development. You know, he was very sexist in the beginning of the show. He learned like, yo, maybe I'm kind of stupid. Maybe women are really strong and powerful and are warriors. After he get his ass kicked by Suki, I think. You know, after he tried to show them some moves or some whatever. I don't really recall, but I'm pretty sure that's what he did. Anyway, so it was addressed. They had another interview. Let's start here. Many fans were angry about the claim as they argue that Sokka's sexism is a key aspect of his character development, as he eventually learns how stupid his sexist views were. Again, we can all agree to that, right? When asked about this topic of conversation among fans, Ian stressed that fans who fear any drastic change should not be worried. Because again, I'm pretty sure they're going to keep like the character the same. Like I said before, right? Yeah, they might have toned down the sexism, but they never said anything about getting rid of it, right? I don't remember his sexism being crazy in the show to begin with, but like still, as long as it's still like part of his character development, then like what's the issue? Like, you know, as long as the essence of him being funny, smart, you know, is still there, I don't really care that much, right? If they tone it down, as long as he still develops as a character, you know. They go on to say, I think the essence of the character that Sokka is 100% the character that is portrayed in the live action version of the show, he said. I think the fans are a little worried that there are going to be changes in who Sokka is, and don't really think that's been the case at all in our show. Again, that's a good sign. Obviously, it's different from an animated show to a live action in those ways, but the heart and soul of the animation show is the breath that we're all playing into. 21-year-old continue outlining how Sokka's attitudes do evolve as time goes on. So again, that is a positive. So again, I feel like a lot of people are still very worried about the live action show being ass or whatever because the key writers are gone and all that stuff, bro. But like, we have to give it a fair shot, man. As a community, we're back. These people seem like they actually care about the show. You know, again, I feel like a lot of the people who are very upset, kind of like, it's kind of nitpicky personally, but yeah, man, like, let's not judge it too harshly until the show comes out, bro. Let's watch it all, give our thoughts and opinions on that. So with that being said, let's switch over to the YouTube video I want to check out. All right, we have here, look at the screen, y'all. We have the Avatarist, really big fella. I follow him on my other YouTube channel. I have to, by the way. I'll follow him here too because I like Avatar stuff. He has an Avatar review, spoiler free. We're gonna check it out. 7 minutes long. Should be pretty chill. Get to see what his opinions are. I feel like he's pretty cool. Really dope creator. Y'all should check us out. Link in the description. Like always with all videos that I react to. Check him out, man.
Painfully long years of waiting, I have finally got to watch the very first episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it was... A couple of weeks ago, I received an email from Netflix inviting me to the world premiere of Avatar: The Last Airbender, so naturally I freaked out and said, of course I'll go. I got my suit, I flew to LA, got an Airbnb that was way too expensive, and I was ready to go. When I got to the venue, there was a bunch of cool stuff to do. There was an Avatar-themed boba truck serving free boba. I got pictures on the red carpet, I mean yellow carpet. I met a bunch of cool people along with the co-creator.
Pretty dope, man. I wish I could have. We have to get bigger, guys. Please, bro. Y'all know the like button is free, bro. Y'all know the like button is free. All right, I'm sorry. It's just I really want to do stuff like this. This would be so much fun.
To the world premiere of Avatar: The Last Airbender, so naturally
I'm so happy for
freaked
him.
out and said, of course.
I'm so happy for
I'll go.
him.
I got my suit, I flew to LA, got an Airbnb that was way too expensive, and I was ready to go. When I got to the venue, there was a bunch of cool stuff to do. There was an Avatar-themed boba truck serving free boba. I got pictures on the red carpet. I mean, yellow carpet. I met a bunch of cool people along with the co-creator of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then it was time to watch.
See, even the co-creator's there, so like,
the
come on, bro.
The experience of watching an episode like this in the theater was phenomenal. I had never experienced a show like that in that type of environment ever. There were people laughing, cheering, yelling, and literally crying. It felt like the emotions were dialed up to an 11 in that room. Again, this was the invite-only premiere. This was not the fan premiere. I know the experience a lot of you guys had in the fan premiere was very different than the one I had here. But this video
Wait, there was a fan premiere? Did I miss it? Wait, could like anyone join? Can I still watch it? Probably not, right? Never mind.
About my experience. After the episode finished, I was a little emotional too. In that moment, I truly felt like the episode was nearly perfect, but now it's been a few days. I've got to calm those emotions down a little bit and think about the episode objectively. So, how was it?
That's what I'm here for.
I can confidently say that 90% of fans will be extremely happy with this.
That's what we're here for, bruh. This is why I came to my mans.
Show. If their expectations are not for a shot-for-shot remake. If you're looking for that, you're in the wrong place, man. Where this show truly shines is when they're doing their own thing. When the show has its own choreography and lines is when it's so charming. I've noticed this on a few occasions when they try to do something exactly like the cartoon, it tends to fall just a little flat. For example, this Boomy clip right here, they've been using it to promote the show a lot. It's practically a shot-for-shot remake of the cartoon in this one clip, but it just looks a little bit weird. The same thing kind of happened.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when I first saw it. I think, again, I agree with him. I feel like a lot of things from shows, not even just Avatar, just in general, don't really translate that well in real life, even with like all the special effects and stuff. You know, sometimes it gotta be a little bit more like grounded. You gotta like take more creative liberty to make it kind of different so it fits more and it actually makes a lot more sense, you know? Because again, there's definitely spots in the show. If it wasn't for if it wasn't a cartoon, it would not hit. If we're being honest here, right?
With some of the jokes being told, they don't really hit as hard without the support of animation. Luckily, these scenes or line-for-line dialogue of the cartoon are not a massive part of the show. For the most part, they actually did an amazing job translating things into live action. Scenes like this that take concepts from the animation
looks so
and alter
fire
them to fit live action is what makes up the majority of this episode, which is amazing. Now would be a good time to take a moment and talk about the cast performances, because there were a lot of surprising things here. Ian Owsley as Sokka had the entire theater dying. His comedic timing could not have been better. He looks like
Yeah, pop it up for my mans, bro. Cause like Sokka was definitely the funniest character on the show, right next to Toph, bro. So it's a good thing that character, Sokka, again, his essence, the character himself is still there. There's legit sounds like there's nothing to worry about so far. Mind you, we're only 2 minutes into the video, but still, you know?
Sokka, but most importantly, he feels like Sokka. Dallas Liu as Zuko is also one of my favorite parts of this episode. His portrayal of Zuko in line delivery had me locked in. I can easily see him becoming a fan favorite, just like the cartoon Zuko. I'm really looking forward to see what they're going to be doing with Zuko, because in the trailers we see Zhao is attacking Kyoshi Island, so what is Zuko going to be doing? There's no way they're just going to cut Zuko out of this episode entirely. His performances are just too good to just not have him on screen every episode. Gordon Cormier as Aang was easily the most surprising thing to me. The amount of emotion he displayed during a certain scene rivaled some of the cartoon's best.
Let's go, man.
Also, the kid is just so adorable. There's this scene where he's calling for Appa and he's screaming his name. He's like, Appa, Appa, have you seen him? My bison. It is so cute. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. When I looked around at other people as he was saying this line, I saw everyone smiling. That kid is Aang. He's also extremely humble as well. Another YouTuber, Sword and Pen, and I actually met him.
I was just thinking, like, I'm happy everyone so far likes the cast, bro. I was really scared. I remember like when the cast was like really introduced, some people were like complaining about certain characters. I think the one who got the most flack was Azula. I don't know if she's gonna be in the first episode, because I think that each episode is like what, an hour long or something, somewhere around there. So if she's gonna appear I'm really hoping everyone likes her character because I think the woman who was cast as Azula looks fine. She fits. I feel like she's like unassuming. Everyone's like, oh, Azula should be like more like scary and blah blah blah, bro. When you first see Azula, I don't really think she's that scary. You know, I think she's more unassuming. You know,
him at the after party, and we told him how great
my
his
nose is like
performance
fucking
was and how it rivaled some of
itching,
the
bro.
cartoon's most emotional scenes. And he was like, I would never want to compare myself to that Aang. He's amazing. I would never want to put myself above or even on his level. And honestly, it was just so heartwarming to see how much he respects the source material. Paul Sung-Young Lee as Iroh. I'm gonna be honest here, I didn't see enough of him to truly judge how I feel. He wasn't really
That's
in
fair.
episode 1 all that much. Like, Grand had more lines than him. That's how little we saw of Iroh.
Gran, bro.
From the very little
I don't remember Gran saying much in the big fucking Avatar in the cartoon.
Iroh I did see, there's
That's another
definitely
piece of-
shades of Iroh's wisdom there, which is a good sign. Dio as Katara overall felt pretty good. There were some lines thinking back that were just a little odd, like that line in the teaser where she calls herself a warrior. And I'm not talking about the line delivery. The line delivery was great, and she's an amazing actress. I just think this is a little weird for Katara to say. It's also good to keep in mind that this is just episode 1, and we don't know this version of Katara all that well yet. This could end up making sense later on for her version of Katara. I saw a lot of people online complaining about Gran. She has a lot of lines in this first episode. Personally, I didn't mind Gran. She kind of just did her job. Gran is the oldest in the village. She probably should know the most out of everybody and be able to provide the most information out of
What did she tell everyone about the Avatar? What's the issue? Why are people complaining? It's just an old lady elder, bro. We're probably never gonna see Gran ever again, bro. Like, come on. It's not that deep.
everyone.
Unless they do that episode where Bro goes back to go get Gran the necklace, then maybe we might get more Gran. But we might get like a flashback or something, bro. Nah, they probably wouldn't do that.
In the village.
I don't
Gran
know.
was okay with me. For the most part, the visual effects were phenomenal. But there were 2 scenes that I could definitely critique. But I was told they're still working on the VFX and it will be fixed when it releases. As for the Avatar world itself, it was so emotional seeing all of these iconic locations from the animated series in real life.
I want to see
Even
the
though these
temple, bro. The air
locations were all
temple. I want to see
CGI,
so bad.
It felt real. It felt like something I could go and see in real life. This is a fantasy series. Making a fantasy series feel real is hard, but they pulled it off. I loved how the backgrounds are always moving. There's trees in the background moving. People are doing stuff in the village. Just because the camera is focused on Aang, Katara, or Sokka doesn't mean the village stops working. There are people always working in the background. They're getting things done. It truly feels real. This was a massive problem in the 2010 movie. There are scenes where the background characters are literally doing nothing in that movie, and it just felt so odd. In particular, the Southern
I gotta rewatch that movie just cause, bro, just so I can have like a comparison to this one. Like, I mean, of course, we already can tell that this is gonna be a way better. I shouldn't compare trash. I don't want to call it. Is that harsh calling it trash, bro? Sometimes I think about like the developer, or not the developers, bro. This is not a video game. Think about like the directors and the actors that did that movie, and I'm like, damn, they probably feel so bad because like, if you're an actor and you play in a movie that's really bad, it's like it's a stain on like your legacy, bro. You know, I hope the actors and the directors are doing good, man.
Temple really blew my mind. The colors, just seeing people interact with the Southern Air Temple. Really
I would say the Southern Air Temple.
The colors, just seeing people interact with the environment itself. It was all just a ton of fun.
Oh, do we get to see the game he played with Sokka? That would be dope.
The animal CGI was perfect. I couldn't even find a flaw with Appa if I tried. Netflix really wanted to nail Appa, and they clearly did. The bending was really good. You'd have to be a massive nerd like myself to even nitpick it. This one scene comes to mind, which was already officially revealed, so I guess I can talk about it. This scene of this earthbender right here. It looks a little off, right? It's because he throws 2 punches before the rocks actually move. Some rocks should have moved with the first punch, and then the rest with the second punch. In Avatar, bending is an extension of your limbs. You punch, you bend. You kick, you bend. There are no moments of things being delayed. This is a nitpick and really isn't a big deal to 99.9% of fans. People are going to watch this and think it looks epic anyway, which, I mean, it does look epic, but if you're a nerd like me, you'll notice the bending being a little bit off. Luckily, I didn't notice a single other time where the bending felt weird. For the most part, the bending mechanics are the same as the cartoon. If you're going into the show and you're looking to hate everything, or you're wanting it to be the exact same as a cartoon and you aren't willing to compromise at all, you're probably going to find things you don't like about this series. But if
I expect a lot of nitpicking and a lot of just straight cap on Twitter, man. We're gonna look at it too. We're gonna, bro. Once the whole season drops, bro, after we finish it, we're gonna go on Twitter, look at the most hottest takes, and look at like the good reviews and the bad, mostly the bad, bro. Because I want to like just I want to argue, I want to debate them, bro.
you're going in
Again, I want to go at not like as unbiased as I possibly can, because again, I'm a big Avatar fan, and I'm also, like you said, I'm one of those people who are willing to compromise. Again, this is like not the cartoon, it's live action, so there's certain things that won't happen, so it is what it is. But like, still, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of hate. If it actually is bad, then by all means, critique it, hate it, whatever. But if it's actually good and people are just saying it's ass just to be like different, or just to be like quirky or edgy or whatever, or just to be a hater, then I'm gonna be there defending the show, bro. Y'all probably think I'm glazing Avatar, bro. Y'all probably think I'm munching on Apapine, bro. Pause. But hey, it is what it is.
into this with an open mind and you're willing to give it a chance.
I'm glazing Avatar, bro.
It's magic on you. You're going to fall in love with the show. I promise you. It's just like Uncle Iroh said. If you look for the light, you can often find it.
But if you look at the dark, that's all you'll see.
For the dark, that is all you will ever see.
It's a bar. That's my favorite Iroh quote, actually. That's my favorite Iroh quote. Like that is so fire. But yeah. So I don't know. Just give me your guys' opinions, man. What do y'all think? And are you guys excited for the show as well as I am? Because I am looking forward to having an amazing time sitting down, watching this, and just fangirling, freaking out, man. But again, I do want to come. I might do a review too. I do want to come for like an unbiased space, but the likelihood of that happening it's very slim. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's very slim. But we'll see. If you guys like the video, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Video in the description below, like always, man. Have a nice day. Y'all be safe.